Well, hello, everyone. How are you all doing on this beautiful, beautiful, lovely night? Well, more in the morning than in the night. How are you, Derek, brother? How are you, Cassie, sis? How you doing, Dom, brother? How you doing, Maria, sis? Anyways, so I'm going to be off for a while until the 20th. Yeah, 20th, something like that. Got off from work early and everything. um, and we are going to be traveling a lot. And we are going to, what the hell? Garda, get the hell out of my territory. Get the fuck out of my territory, Garda. No, ain't no security company. Get out of here. Get up out of here. Sorry. Sorry about that. Anyways, what's up, Ryan, brother? How you doing? Sorry, I had to, I had to put my shoe in the Garda. Sorry, but we are going to go to Austin. Go to the unusual in Texas. Y'all haven't seen that. It's got some oddities and everything in it. Uh, of all or museum or the museum of well, that just goes to show you that the cell phone signal sucks. But anyways, yeah, if y'all can look it up in Austin, Texas, the Museum of Curiosities or whatever it's called, it's pretty cool. They got a big old thing of like cryptids and all this stuff, like old cryptids of Texas, and you know, a lot of backstory on a lot of stuff. Heck, I wish I could be on my way to Canada, brother. Oh, I understand, Ryan. I understand, brother. Oh, I understand. I understand, Derek. But, you know, there's a world of curiosities. There's a wonderful world of, there's a wonderful world of bullshit out there, just to be frank. Um, there is, there's, even with museums and everything, they have just as much bullshit as there is wives' tales of cryptids and paranormal. I mean, sadly to say, it's bad. It doesn't have to have like YouTube isn't the worst part of BS in a lot of this stuff. And curiosity museums are one of them. It started with Ripley's Believe It or Not and their infamous mermaid, dehydrated mermaid, where they literally sewed a baby monkey inside of a fish. Like, there has been hoaxes since To tell you the truth, woolly mammoth skull, a cyclops found a woolly mammoth, skull hanging out of a cliff and said, "That's a cyclops. That look at that one giant eye where the trunk is supposed to be." Because humans are dumb. Sorry. We are dumb. We are stupid, and we are willing to believe in anything. Full heartedly throw to the wind belief. I know, right? Right, Ryan. Oh, Dom is my baby monkey mermaid. Love you, Dom. Yeah, pretty much, Cassie. The world, people like fake. People like believing in something that isn't common. I mean, look at the mythos of the lycanthrope, the AKA werewolf. Before we even knew how many bones we had in a human body and everything, we believed that the human anatomy could literally, reshape itself to be a werewolf. And we don't have the bone structure, not even our skull. Even if you were able to shatter our bones, we would not be able to completely make a werewolf skeleton. Just couldn't. For one, we can't recreate a muzzle. For two, the shape and everything of the nostril cavities and the size and shape of the canines is impossible for a human anatomy to reconstruct. Sad to say it, but it's true. There's a lot of stuff out there that people just could not handle, that they thrived on believing something like that. What's up, Beth? How you doing, sis? You're my baby gorilla, Dom. Use my baby gorilla. He's my baby gorilla. Hashtag save my baby Dom. Save my baby. But in reality of everything, there is, how can I say? How can I say it politely? There is things in nature that cannot be replicated. Yes. There's a lot of them. It's like saying the most famous one is the two-headed reptiles and the two-headed mammals. Naturally born two-headed cows or naturally born two-headed snakes. But the thing is their lifespan isn't that long because you have two independent brains, and supposedly the way biology says that the brain splits into two cavities. So you have one head thinking one way and one head thinking the other, but they cannot combine the motions and everything to be capable. Like, the two-headed boa that was born. It only lived about a year and a half before it passed away. The same thing with the baby cow. It only lived about 6 months before it finally died. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to drive. I'm trying to read. Anyways, let's see here. Let's see what the chat is saying. Ryan's a good guy. I could see Dom with a glowing finger saying, Dommy, phone home. Right, right, Ryan. It's we we have manipulated ourselves to believe that everybody is born the exact same way. We are we are manipulated to believe a certain way by society standards. And that is our downfall because we believe we are the top. We believe we are man's greatest creation or God's greatest creation. Just because we can talk and do calculus. Because we know what 1 + 1 means. Oh God, we're so advanced. But, and we don't, today, in today's standards, it's okay to have these deformations, deformations, and be okay with it. And in reality, if it was in a true survival situation, if we were back to the traditional tribes, if we were back to, you know, picking the lice out of each other's hair underneath a cave, none of this stuff would be real. I mean, none of this stuff would be okay because a family is only as strong as its weakest member. And that's true. It goes through all of nature. You see, you'll see hamsters give birth to like 12 babies and sit there because the mother has lost too much calcium or too much minerals in the birthing process, and she will literally eat her own babies. Because in nature, you can always make more. You can always have more children. And the next batch may be better than the first batch, or it may be worse. You never know. But that just goes to a whole entire different way of thinking. And it's kind of the same way as how a lot of cryptid tales have evolved. And one of the most famous cryptid tales of them all is the Jersey Devil. The 13th child of a witch in the middle of the woods, and she wished it was a devil, and it came out and formed into a winged beast. Like, that is complete and utter fairy tale believing. And it goes back to a time and an era where humans believed what they were told. It goes all the, I mean, for the longest time in Mexico, the werewolf children of Mexico, they were considered cryptids. They were considered the offspring of Sasquatch. There was even an old folk tale of a Ukrainian woman that was supposed to be half human, half Sasquatch, and she gave birth to Sasquatch like children. I forgot what her name is and everything, but if you look at her in her pictures and everything, she is covered in hair. Like all over her face, her body, everything. She looked like a Sasquatch. There was even, I mean, Russia has thousands of tales of villages of women that are mythological beasts. Like they were captured and sold to men as like a sex toy. What's up, Angel? How you doing? I mean, everybody goes to Robert Patterson. Everybody in the world is like he's the godfather of Sasquatch. And it's not true. He's not the godfather of Sasquatch. He's the only person that had a clear, actual video of it. Lineage of SARS that supposedly had a lineage of Sasquatches in their like in their family, like Sasquatch children and everything. You saw like little Sasquatches in paintings that was completely hairy and carrying swords and everything and dressed like a human and looked like a human. What's up, country boy? How you doing, brother? But the thing with there's a lot of DNA that is completely fucked up in humans because we did evolve from animals. Hate me if you want to, I don't care. I mean, look at it through a religious point of view that we were created from dust and breath and all this stuff. But in reality of everything, we are a mammal. We are a warm-blooded beast. We still have the exact same emotions as animals do. We want sex. We want food. We want water. We are territorial when it comes to specific things. We make groups. We make social groups. We are the exact same thing as the animals that live in the forest. The only difference is we have an opposable thumb. That's the only difference. I mean, look at the native tribes in the South Asian islands. Don't tell me that evolution isn't there, because if you look at the people in the South Asian islands, they have curved feet to be able to climb coconut trees, to get coconuts to survive, and their feet have formed that way. It's an adaptation. Our body can adapt and will adapt. Look at all the ice walkers and everything that they call them. The people that take freezing cold baths in ice water and everything, and they grow up an immunity to this. Our body is a ever-changing adaptation center. It's just the way our body is meant to be. Our body is meant to adapt and change. That's why you see people from up north, like in Canada, they can withstand cold ass temperatures. And when you bring them down to, say, Florida or Texas, they can die from heat stroke because their body is adapted, and their bloodline and their lineage has adapted to those temperatures. It's the same thing with a Floridian or a Texan. You send a Floridian or a Texan up to Canada for one winter, they're going to die because their body is their skin is too thin to withstand the cold, because they have to regulate the heat. And it's the same way with cryptids. Cryptids have had to learn how to adapt, overcome, and survive in every area that they're in. You can't have Sasquatch that's from Canada moving down to Texas and surviving for very long. Because, for one, his fur. If you take a Yeti and you put a Yeti in the Sahara Desert, do you think a Yeti is going to survive that extreme heat? No, it's not. And it's the exact same thing. If you take, I don't know, say you take Mola Mola from Africa, and you put Mola Mola in Siberia, it's not going to last. These cryptids have learned to survive in their area only. But their children can adapt. If they had children, if they were able to understand and survive, and it takes 3 to 5 generations before adaptation helps before you can see adaptation in a body. Because your body has to undergo those changes. It has to undergo those, areas. You can't just magically, and y'all are gonna hate me, whatever. I'm used to it. I'm used to pissing in people's Cheerios. But if I hear another motherfucker say that Sasquatch goes into a portal and can disappear and reappear somewhere else, then how come you don't see brown Sasquatches in, the Himalayas? How come you don't see white yetis on the beach of Australia because it's not real. I don't give a shit what you think. It's not fucking real. You don't see a yeti having a summer home on the beach of Tasmania. You don't. You don't see yowies traveling to Hawaii. And I don't want to hear any other bullshit about, oh, Sasquatches and aliens go hand in hand. They got a crashed vehicle somewhere and they just crash landed here. They're from another planet. No, get that shit out of here. You're worse cancer than fucking flat earthers. And it's reality. Most things that we have to study and we have to understand is from the stuff that's around us. If you want to throw in an argument that a like a cryptid being goes into a portal, that's why we don't see good videos of it or whatever. No, we don't see good videos of it because that motherfucker's probably poor and he doesn't have the best camera in the world. And also, a lot of this video footage and everything that you're going to see that's all shaky and everything, you have to understand that most of the time when these videos are filmed, they are in a hot location. Or they have it, if it's in a cold location, they have it near their body. And it's probably got sweat on it from underneath all of the winter gear that they have. And it's not like, oh, hold on, Mr. Sasquatch, let me wipe down my video camera lens and get a perfect shot of me and you, singing Kumbaya in the woods. It's a living, breathing being. And I don't care what it is. It still has to use the bathroom. It still has to eat. It still has to do everything that we do. You tell me that a Sasquatch don't shit in the woods, then you need to go and get checked. Because it's eating, right? What does it do to expel its bowels after it's done digesting? It goes into osmosis and absorbs it. I just want to hear what else people are going to come up with just so they cannot understand the true facts of living, breathing creatures. Sorry, I'll read chat here in just a second. I'm driving. I'll look up for a few minutes. But it's that way of thinking that you won't accept the true facts, that you have to create another unbelievable, scenario to put a creature in. I mean, hell, look at Mothman. Mothman doesn't go walking through portals and everything. He's got fucking wings. Why does somebody that have wings need to go through a portal to disappear? Why? You tell me. That would be a pretty bad evolution for a creature to grow and sprout wings if he can open up portals and go through it. That would be a pointless evolution in a cryptid. And to tell you the truth, most evolutionary traits of a lot of cryptids like the majority of cryptids, are unbelievable as it is. I mean, if you want to believe in real cryptids and everything, just look at a platypus. It's a beaver with a duck bill that has poison glands. There you go. And what is its natural predator? Platypuses don't have a natural predator. So why do they need poison glands? I mean, venom glands. Why do they need it? Why do they need a duck bill? Why do they have a paddle tail? It seemed like it was like the island of Dr. Moreau that created a platypus. And that's the same way with a lot of cryptids. Look at cryptids. They all look like alien science projects. They're like alien reject science projects that's been dropped off here. We are the pound for alien, science projects. I mean, we still don't even have a good definition of what a chupacabra is. We don't. Because there is no good definition for it. A lizard-like being that wraps around its prey and sucks out the blood while it's still alive. That's right there is the backbone of one too many, a Bram Stoker, drug-induced orgy idea. That's what it actually sounds like, to be honest. There's not that many cryptids. There's not that many supernatural poltergeist-like beings that really fit any reason why it should exist. I mean, how many people are actually truly dying from a banshee scream in 2023? How many people is dying from banshees? None. How many people are dying from, or how many people every day is going to the hospital or the Catholic Church being possessed by a demon? Well, if you're on YouTube, it seems like every day somebody's being possessed by a demon. I mean, But if you look at a lot of the accounts of real poltergeists, real fear ghosts, none of them have ever been seen or reported in the last 300 years. None of them. No Kirins. I said Kirins, Kirins. No water horses have been pulled out. No. There's a specific one in Irish or Scottish folklore, well, kind of the same thing because they're both together. But there's a particular horse that comes out and of the water, and it drags people into the water to kill them. You don't see that on the news every day, now do you? Half of these spiritual encounters, supernatural encounters, haven't been seen or reported on in over at least 300 to 500 years. Well, at least 300. Because you need to fear a creature like that before anything happens. And with that fear, you end up endangering yourself from the fear of the situation that you can't control. 90% of these 90% of these encounters, deadly encounters, are done to themselves. Okay, I'm parked. Let me go up here for a minute. Wee. Oh, God. Okay, I went too far. Yeah, like what Ryan said. If evolution isn't real, how come human fetuses take on animal-like qualities during the first? Yeah, right. Right, brother. Hey, what's up, Hobbs, brother? What's up, Hobbs, brother? How you doing? Yes, Dom. Canadians, y'all did everything. Y'all made maple syrup. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Maple syrup, and that's it. Oop, oop. Oh, God. I want to see a fight between a Canadian Sasquatch and a lower states. I want to see an American Sasquatch fight a Canadian Sasquatch. And then I want to see the Asian Sasquatches just sitting there eating bowls of rice, laughing at them. Oh, jeez. What's up, Shire? How you doing, brother? Technically, Hobbs, most of them are. They're either from people that are drunk, well, people that are intoxicated, people that have mental problems, yes. And a lot of them are actual true believers and glory chasers. And a lot of people call and still bash the the Patterson film as glory basher, glory chasers. And it's the same way as like Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar is a glory chaser. He still goes on and on and on about one encounter that he had when he was working. He doesn't do anything else. He doesn't talk about anything else. He doesn't talk about, oh, I saw an alien was chilling with me at the house and everything last night. Oh, no, he doesn't say anything like that. It's about what he did 20 plus years ago. Ooh, oh. Tim Hortons. Horton! Shania Twain. You also have Celine Dion. Celine Dion. Take care, Angel Sis. You have a good one. Chewbacca versus Worf. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. That's what I want to see. I want to see two Klingons going at it. You know, my favorite idea, I loved the Klingon sisters from Star Trek. I would have gave anything to had a three-way with those two sisters. I know I would probably have died, but I would not care. I would die happy with those two sisters. Mwah. Stop it, Dom. Stop. Too many people. Too many names. Oh, God. Man. Klingon women. Mwah. Man. Oh, God. Just like the Patterson female Sasquatch. Oh, my Lord. What a work of art that is. Baby's got back. Baby's got front. Baby knew what she had, and she was walking and proud of it. You have Justin Bieber. I forgot about that. Oh, Justin, you little beaver. You little beaver. Beaver. Anyways, back to what I was saying. What's up, Mama? How you doing, Mama? Right, Cassie? Right. I mean, two feisty Klingons with glorious breasts in leather. That means dominatrix, S&M, and a whole bunch of like biting and clawing. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. I mean, you know, I'm not a biology expert of like Star Trek, aliens, but I believe wholeheartedly that I would put a saddle on for a Klingon female. Ringe. Oh, who was it? Quarg? You know, his race could turn into anything. Like, why not? I mean, it could be anything you want to. What's the difference between, um, what's the difference between his race and a succubus? Because a succubus can turn into any desire that you want. Why not? Why not Odo? Yes, that's it. I need. I wonder how much. I wonder how much money you could make learning about cryptid sexual, like sexuality. Like, if you pay me $1 million, I would so let a female Sasquatch, tie me up in a cave. Why not? I get the best of both worlds. Do Sasquatches have, like orgies, threesomes? Do they? Thank you, Dom. Thank you, brother. Or look a bit. What are you doing? Anyways, where are you, little bit? I have a little outdoor cat, and she's a girl. Oh, she is 100% beautiful, but she's got one screwed up leg. So she came by the car and looked at me and like meowed at me. Anyways, sorry I'm using y'all as a flashlight. I don't have night vision. Sorry. I don't understand how we lost the ability to see at night, because our ancestors used to be able to do that. And that's what I was talking about by evolution. When we learned how to make light and make fire and all that stuff, it killed our night vision. We lost it. Yes, Hobbs, yes. Hey, I could be a Klingon, trust me. Oh, I could be a Klingon. Hands down. Give me a battler. You know, in all reality, I don't like Batlas. I like the Vulcan weapon, the thing that looked like a guillotine, like a guillotine blade. Right, that is true. Very true, Derek. It is. But doing that, we wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have all of you lovely people in this chat talking with us because we would be thousands of miles apart from each other, never even known each other. Probably waging war on each other. Because it all circles back around, We go back to our traditional instincts. We go back to the traditional ways of thinking. And that's why it's so hard to disbelieve that Sasquatches can't use a gun, or they can't make fire, or because thousands and thousands and thousands of them, they have learned technology from watching us. Oh yeah. They have watched us for generations. And just look at Planet of the Apes, okay? Look at regular, apes. Normal apes can use basic tools to their advantage. Man-made tools also, they can learn man-made tools. Right? I mean, who knows? I bet you anything, 100%, Dom is actually a shaved Sasquatch. I bet you 100%. I bet you $100 that Dom is a shaved Sasquatch on the computer, living in a house. Dom, I'm on to you. I know you. I know your secret, Dom. Hey, that's a stereotype there, Beth. Not all Sasquatches has got to be tall. Not all of them's got to be tall. They just got to be the right size. Mm-hmm. They just got to be the right size. Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez, Dom. Dom's my pocket squatch. But, in all reality, animals can learn. Animals can learn. How do you think we evolved? We learned fire can cook. We learned fire can defend us. We learned fire can make us see at night. Yes. He is. Animals, we learned. We evolved through learning. We evolved to be lazy. That's the perfect way to say anything about humans. We evolved to make life better and not to suffer. So that's why we have no natural defenses. We should not be surviving. We have no natural way of defending ourselves. We don't have claws. Most people don't even have canines anymore. A good majority of the generations are losing their canines, losing that sharpness, because we don't need those anymore. We do not need it to grind nuts. We don't need canines to rip through, raw flesh. And that's showing how evolution is going for us. The way that we've made the world easier on us. Right? Rawr. But that's kind of the difference between us and cryptids. Because cryptids still have motivation to survive. Through all hardships, through everything, they still have motivation to survive. We don't. We have no motivation to survive anymore. Hey, ma'am. Hi.
What are you doing here?
Work let me off early.
Okay.
Told me to enjoy everything.
Okay.
Yay. And now I'm on a live stream talking with all the late night, ghouls.
Have fun.
Oh, yeah. Little bit, what you doing? Come up here. Come here, baby. My little bit's coming. Her name's Little Bit. Look at you walk in. Oh, yeah. It's very true, Derek. It's very true, brother. What's up, Shire brother? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can look at it through the Sumerians' way. You can look at it through the Hindu temples in India. You can look at a lot of things that we were genetically made. But still in the double helix, we have the ability to adapt and to overcome any situation. That's one of the things with us. That's actually the real thing that makes us different than basic animals. Where it takes generations for animals to adapt. It takes us, not as long. It was what, 6 generations for whales to lose their legs and form flippers? 6 or 7 generations, something like that. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah. We don't even truly understand the double helix, even in today's standards. We don't. We don't understand how splicing and cropping a double helix can create life. We don't understand how to manipulate the double helix like we should. because it's too complex for us to understand. But we are an ever-changing and ever-evolving and de-evolving race. Unlike other, like, even if you domesticate a bear, okay? If you domesticate a bear, it doesn't lose its muscle. It doesn't lose any of its abilities. It is still a wild animal. It will still rip your face clean off. Pretty much. Pretty much. The whole idea of the tree of life, the tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge was supposed to give us immaculate knowledge, immense knowledge. It was supposed to be able to it was supposed to give us godly knowledge. By the term godly knowledge, it was supposed to be, that's how we are today. It's not as straightforward as having the knowledge of a God to be, but we are in a form of a God if you look at it like that. That's why a lot of scientists, they say play God. Oh yeah, AI will always turn on us because we are chaos theory. In any situation AI has put us in, we are always the one to destroy. We are always the one to fight each other. We will come together only to fight each other. We only come together when all of our life is threatened. It's kind of like how when Rome was taking over Britannia, all the Gauls formed together to fight against the Romans because it was a more powerful place that was coming in to rule them. But look at what happened after Boudicca died. After Boudicca died, the Gauls were fighting it within each other. The Gauls had a motivation until they actually overthrown Rome. Then after they overthrew Rome, what happened? Chaos set in. Yep. AI will always see us as the enemy because we are always the enemy. We will always destroy. We will always murder, destroy, kill. We have no ability to live peacefully with each other. We can't even live peacefully with our own family, let alone living peacefully with people that we don't even know. Yeah. It's the world is being destroyed by us. The world is supposed to be able to regenerate, replenish. There's enough food in this world for everybody, but it's humans that are running it dry because we are overpopulating. We are
not, we are overfeeding ourselves. We are overbuying everything. We are continuously trying to make that glorious dollar. Yeah. And the reason why Eve was created from the rib of Adam is for control also. Yep. It really was. It really was, Shire. I mean, if you look at it through a religious standpoint, the beginning of the world, the beginning of everything, because, I mean, even if you look at the Bible and everything, there was already a human world. There was already a city. If you look at it through the Jewish version of the Bible, there was a city when Adam and Eve got kicked out. When Cain and Abel went to go get their wives, where did they go and get their wives from? If Adam and Eve were the only two humans on Earth, where did Cain and Abel get wives if they weren't created? They were already on Earth. They were already created, and there was already a city that was there. Oh no, you ain't sounding crazy, Derek. People are using it as fun right now. Yeah, the land of Nod. Yeah, and the land of Cain. Yeah. How was that already here? If Adam and Eve were the two creations, was, the land of Nod already rejects? That's what people don't understand. It's just like the solar system. Okay, why is Earth the one planet to have life on it? What about the other planets that is within our solar system? Why is there so many other planets with no life on it? Because they were probably testing grounds. They probably already had life on them, and they somehow destroyed themselves before we were created. That's how you have to look at a lot of stuff. And that's why I say that cryptids and everything have been around for far longer than what we realize. Because everything had to have a blueprint. Everything had to have a precursor to what they are. Even us, we had precursors before we are here. And that's why I believe like the land of Nod was a testing ground. It was creating, probably the two perfect ones was Adam and Eve. And then they got manipulated and tricked, because you can do the exact same thing with any kind of AI or any kind of learning system. You can manipulate it, turn it to what you wish it to be. Right, Shire, right. What created it? It's just like what created the mile-long scar on Mars. What, was the exact same thing that happened to the dinosaurs here. They knew we couldn't survive hand in hand with dinosaurs. They knew that there was something wrong with the gravity for us not to be able to evolve. If you haven't noticed, from the Jurassic period to now, the gravity change was completely different. Everything was completely different. The oxygen levels were tremendously high to increase blood flow, to increase size, everything. And that's the one key thing that humans need is oxygen. Oxygen creates blood flow. Blood flow creates immense muscles, immense everything. So if you have increased blood flow, increased oxygen, we would be so much bigger than what we are today. So it had to be destroyed. It had to be all changed over again. It had to be manipulated and tested. Why do you think there's so many different variations of our human ancestry? I mean, Neanderthals, Homo erectus, Homo coratheus. There's like 14 different versions of us that went through all the changes to what we are now, which is Homo erectus. Everything's created by humans. But the thing is giving it the ability to learn. That's the problem. When you give something the ability to learn and you give it the ability to access everything in a moment's notice on the internet, what happens to that AI system? What happens to children if you show them? What happens to a child during its growth process if you teach them Mozart and Sesame Street and all this stuff, and you take this other child and you just show them blood, violence, and pornography? Two different versions. One is going to be innocent and pure. The other one's going to be corrupted and know how humans act. That's the thing with AI. AI is learning all our flaws. Everything that we've done in history, the AI knows and the AI sees. What's up, Tryon? How you doing, brother? Right, Beth. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been theories on Stephen King. There was a time when he was supposedly he had aliens telling him dreams. That's how he wrote a lot of his books and everything. What is it, Tommy Knockers or something like that? Langoliers. The Langoliers was supposedly a version of intellectual beings that only had gigantic mouths that was telling him what's going to happen. Yeah, maybe. Hey, I'll go out and buy shoes too, and panties. But there's been a lot of people. It's just like the world, what's his name that created the War of Worlds? Shit, what's his name? Look how easily he controlled the population by putting the world of war, the War of Worlds on the radio, where people believed everything that came out of the radio because that's where they got their news and everything. When he put his book out on the radio, it collapsed society for at least a week. People were too afraid to even go out their doors because they were afraid they were going to die. People didn't go to work. Nothing. Because humans are easily manipulated given the right circumstances. Yeah, Orson Welles. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Shrine. Yes. But he literally manipulated and controlled the human race in America for a week straight. Work stopped. People did not go to work because they were afraid. People did not step outside because they were afraid. He could have done so much more after everything happened. He could have did so much more. He could have controlled so many people. Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, everybody, that was people's connection to the outside world, was through the radio. Not like how it is today where it's TV. The radio was the only way of communication. Nobody could see what was going on. Nobody could hear what was going on outside. Right. Right, Trine. It was just, at that day of age, people were so scared of everything. People were scared of the unknown. Yep. Yep. I heard about that also, Derek. The world is becoming lazy. The world is becoming too stagnant. Humans are not evolving. Humans are de-evolving because we have hit a standstill for too long, far too long, especially with technology and everything the way it is. We have cars that can literally drive themselves. We don't even need to drive anymore because cars. Right. Right, trying. Yeah. The world, we have stopped because we don't need to evolve. We don't need to continue. Every great civilization has came to a stop, has came to a standstill. And look what's happened to them. They were destroyed. They destroyed themselves. And that's what's happening to us. We are destroying ourselves. Slowly but surely, we are destroying ourselves. We are overpopulating. We are overproducing. We are having more children than we are deaths. Used to, we had more deaths than we did children. But now it's vice versa. Humans are living longer. Humans live into their hundreds now and past their hundreds. And children are getting born every day. Every 5 minutes, at least in America, there's a child born every 5 minutes. Right, trying, right. It's called woke. Oh, God. Humanity is at the point. Humanity is at its breaking point. And it's showing us that we are at our breaking point. We have no need anymore for anything. We have no reason to survive anymore. All we're doing is living and continuing. That's it. There is no motivation to put food on the table for your loved ones. There is no motivation to continue on. There is no motivation to go outside at night and hunt. There is no reason to go outside and gather food. There's no reason to protect your family anymore. Right. I know, Beth. That's what I'm saying. Everything and anything. They are now making human organs with a 3D printer. They made the first 3D printed human heart, and it's working. Yeah. AI told a grad student from Denmark or Norway or something like that to literally kill himself because he was afraid of the way the world is going. And he thought if he sacrificed himself, he can have his essence go into the AI and help the system and help the AI create an alternative to fix what the world is doing. And the AI told him to go ahead and do it. She would enjoy having his presence with her. Oh yeah, we're just cash cows for the government, anyways. It doesn't matter. Why do you think it's okay for a husband and wife to have 14 children? Why is it okay? Because they know in 20 years that 14 children is going to be 14 more jobs, is going to be 14 more taxes. Yeah. AI just doesn't care. AI knows how to manipulate humans. And what's the best way to manipulate humans? Through fear. If you make people fear through understanding, you can control pretty much anybody. You can control anybody. If you tell people what they want to hear, you can lead millions to their own death. If you don't believe me, look at any dictator. Dictators rule on fear. And it's the way that they do it. Look at Hitler. Hitler used the anger and the fear of the Germans to take power. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it still is. It still is. Pretty soon, I mean, they just created a gas station here in Texas called Patriot Gas. It is a 100% fully automated, AI driven gas station. You pay at the pump, you pump. It has just a whole entire area of just vending machines in it. You can make a fresh hamburger through the vending machines and it will come out fresh and hot, ready for you. You can make a fresh pizza. You can make fresh pasta. Do anything and everything that you want in that place. Not a single human is there. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the way it is. And what's the best way to control humans? Through food. That's it. Every great civilization is only 3 meals away from anarchy. Remember that. 3 meals away from anarchy. All right, family. On that note, I love you all. Y'all take care. I'll set up another live stream and everything when I hit the road after I get done packing and stuff. And we will have fun today. All right. Love y'all. Bye. Bye, fam. Take care, trying brother. Take care, family. Love y'all. Be safe out there. Bye.